ॐ अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। कृष्णो रक्षतु नो जगत्त्रयगुरुः कृष्णं नमस्याम्यहम्। कृष्णे नामरशत्रवो विनिहताः कृष्णाय तस्मै नमः। कृष्णादेव समुत्थितं जगदिदं कृष्णस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम्। कृष्णे तिष्ठति विश्वमेतदखिलं हे कृष्ण संरक्ष माम्। Jai Srimanarayana. Blessings of Sri Chinajay Swamiji. We're continuing Bhagavad Gita. We are in chapter 18, finished sloka 49. We'll start from sloka 50 today. Okay, hope you can see.
Yeah, we can see it.
Please chant. सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्म
सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्मा
तथाप्नोति निबोध मे।
तथाप्नोति निबोध मे।
समासेनैव कौन्तेय
समासेनैव कौन्तेय
निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा।
निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा।
Let's chant together.
सिद्धिं प्राप्तो
प्राप्तो
यथा
यथा
ब्रह्मा
ब्रह्म
तथाप्नोति निबोध मे। समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा।
परा। जय श्रीमन्नारायण. So Lord Krishna told us that we need to perform our svadharma, right? Our svadharma is karma yoga at the level we are in. And as we keep performing the svadharma, that is karma yoga, so what happens in the previous sloka, very quickly, Lord Krishna said in 49, one who has unattached intellect everywhere in actions and results, one who has conquered mind. Conquered mind means they are not affected by the dualities, that is heat and cold, pleasure and pain, honor and dishonor. One who is free from longing or craving for sensory pleasure, sensory objects. That person attains supreme state of being free from all activity of senses. Okay. So we are right now we are in a state where we are not free from the activities of the senses. We are getting affected by the senses, right? So as we keep performing the karma yoga, we will slowly become free from the activities of the senses. Then what happens? It doesn't mean that we are going to stop our activities. It doesn't mean that our senses will become inactive. Our senses will be active. We will continue to do the activities, but we will not be pressured to do the activities related to the senses, or we will not be under the influence of the senses or sensory pleasure, sensory objects. Once we become free from the activities of the senses by sannyasa, okay, so sannyasa is by the karma yoga. What happens to that person? So basically, that person will
eligible for the
yeah. So they will be eligible to do the meditation or eligible to do the focus on the self, right? isn't it? I mean, there will be, if I am not free from the senses and I sit there and I say, okay, I'm going to start focusing on my on Atma, we will not be able to survive for a long time. Okay, so when we perform karma yoga, that is through sannyasa, um, Palasanga Katrutva Tyaga is sannyasa. And when we conquer our mind, when we have the unattached intellect, we release all our attachments, then we will reach a state where we are free from the activities of the senses. We will be able to start meditating on the self without being affected by the senses. So in the next sloka, Lord Krishna is saying, Hey Kaunteya, O Arjuna, tatha me samasena eva nibodha. Listen to me, nibodha, samasena, briefly. As I explain, listen to me as I explain. Yatha siddhim praptaha. Siddhi is the one who has attained success, right? Siddhi, I reached Siddhi, or Siddhi literal meaning is success. So yatha siddhim praptaha, how one has attained success. Success in what? Linked to the previous sloka. That's why I had to
Overcoming senses.
meditation.
Meditation, yeah.
Okay. So a lot of slokas Lord Krishna dedicated to say, you know, we are all born with certain tendencies. We are all born with certain gunas that we are carrying from the previous births, right? And we are given this birth based on the dominant guna that we have, and each of the categories of the people are given certain natural duties, that becomes easy for them to practice. By practicing those as karma yoga, they will reach a state where they can uh, start meditating, right? Okay, so meditating on the self. If I want to do self-realization, that is the path that we need to take. So listen to me, Lord Krishna is saying, listen to me, how one who has attained success in meditation, Brahma apnoti, attains the self. Brahma here is Atma. Okay, not Paramatma. Paramatma will come little later, right? So Atma, Brahma, that is Atma in its pure form. That means one who is cleared of karmic bondage, right? One who is cleared of all the sins, you know. So one, listen to me how this one who has attained success in meditation attains the self. Karma yoga, reach a state of meditation, and from the state of meditation, that person is able to attain the self. Okay, so that is the path, steps. Ya jnanasya paranistha. Which is jnanasya paranistha, which is the supreme goal of knowledge. Jnanasya, of knowledge. Paranistha, supreme goal. So this self, self-realization, which is the supreme goal of the knowledge, what Krishna is saying. Right? So
why is that not? That's more like a goal, kind of. Why is he saying knowledge? Kind of, I mean, understanding that we are not the body, that's the thing, is it indirectly meant, or or this path, like you said, right, karma yoga and meditation, and that, I mean, eligible for that, and I agree.
We can take it in a way like Jnana Yoga, the goal of Jnana Yoga is the self-realization, right? So this knowledge that we are, supreme goal of knowledge is not about the materialistic world,
Right.
right? So the knowledge of why am I trying to get the knowledge of the self? Why are we even getting this knowledge that is given in our Vedic scriptures and which is given in Bhagavad Gita?
Because we want to reach that higher states, right? We want to,
We want to reach a state
right,
where
where
we
no
are
return,
cleared of our,
right?
right? Where we reach that state of the self where we do not have to
Cycle about
take,
something. Yeah, that's
yeah, right? So that is the supreme goal of the knowledge. That is the goal of knowledge. Next goal is Paramatma. Of course, we'll come to that. We're
yeah,
still
yeah,
not there yet,
right.
right? So so it's all going in steps. We shouldn't take like
It,
one sloka in isolation,
right.
right? If you take it in isolation, then it becomes confusing and also incomplete. So quickly, you know, meditating on Atma, meditating on Paramatma is the means for attaining liberation, right? We we learned that in previous chapters, especially in 12th chapter. We have to go back to 12th chapter. There are if we revise here, go back and revise the 12th chapter, then we will know. Okay, this has linked to the 12th chapter, right? A few slokas in 12th chapter, like 8th sloka, Lord Krishna says that focus your mind on me alone, enter buddhi in me. Only thereafter you will live in me. There is no doubt. Sloka 9, he says, if you are not able to fix your mind on me steadily, then seek to attain me by repeated practice of remembrance. Sloka 10, he says, even if you are incapable of repetitive practice, become one who considers my works as the supreme. Even doing works for my sake, you will attain success. And then Sloka 11, he says, if you are unable to do even this, then taking refuge in Bhakti Yoga, give up the fruits of all actions with a controlled mind. Okay, so, and then he says in Sloka 12, Lord Krishna says, knowledge of Atma is indeed better than repeated practice of remembrance that is not done with exceeding love, right? I'm just reading here. We went through this very detailed in 12th chapter, and we have to go back and try to understand in detail. Basically, mm, let's remember Karma Yoga, continue to practice Karma Yoga, then we will be free from our senses will become free, or we will be free from the clutches of the senses, and we will be able to start meditating on the self. Okay. In order to realize the self, we recognize that we have to have bhakti yoga. We have to meditate on Paramatma. He is the one who is going to give. Next slokas, Lord Krishna is going to explain that. Right? So now we come to the stage of meditating on the self. Right? So Lord Krishna said, how this one who has attained this state of meditation, that they're able to start meditating on the self, they're able to start focusing on that self. how that person attains the self-realization. Got it? So the next few slokas will be related to the qualities or characteristics of that person who attains self-realization. Okay. Again, most of these concepts are given earlier, but again, Lord Krishna is giving here. Okay.
We're talking about Jignasarthi and Jignasu. That's what he's talking about, not Moksharthi yet. Or don't get there.
Here we are not talking about the people who are interested in only the wealth
Self
or
worship.
only realization or only or Paramatma, right?
Okay.
Right. So even to reach that state, the highest state of attaining Paramatma, right? These are the sequence of steps one would go through,
Yeah.
right? See, I mean, one may say, "Oh, I can directly attain Paramatma," but uh, the question quickly comes, right? Why? Why? You know, people may ask, "What's in it for me?" Right? Right. So we have to know about ourselves and what is our true state, and we need to say, "Okay, I want to reach that state where I'm not having any restrictions, limitations that we have today. I want to be free, right? So, in order to reach that state of freedom or liberation, freedom doesn't mean that freedom from Paramatma. So, it is freedom from this samsara, in this cycle of births and deaths. What do I need to do? That is then focus on Paramatma, right? So, one who so Lord Krishna is going to talk about the characteristics of one who attains the self-realization. Okay. Sloka 51. Please chant. Buddhya Vishuddhaya Yukto
Buddhya
बुद्ध्या
Vishuddhaya
विशुद्धया युक्तो
Yukto
Dhrutyatmanam Niyamya Cha
Dhrityatmanam Yacha
धृत्यात्मानम् च
Sabdadin Vishayan Tyaktva
Shabdadin Vishayan
विषयान्
Tyaktva
त्यक्त्वा
Ragadveshau Yudasya Cha.
Ragadvesha
द्वेषौ
Yudasya
व्युदस्य
Cha
च
Let's chant together.
Buddhya
बुद्ध्या
Vishuddhaya
विशुद्धया
Yukto
युक्तः
Dhrityatmanam
धृत्यात्मानं
Dhrutyatmanam
नियम्य
Yacha
च
Shabdadin
शब्दादीन्
Vishayan
विषयान्
Tyaktva
त्यक्त्वा
Ragadvesha
रागद्वेषव्युदस्य च
Yudasya Cha. Lord Krishna is saying, Vishuddhaya Buddhya Yuktaha. One who is endowed with purified intellect. Okay. Vishuddhaya Buddhi. Purified intellect. Vishuddhaya Buddhya. That is the third vibhakti. Tritiya vibhakti. With purified intellect. Yuktaha. One who is endowed with or united with that purified buddhi. Purified intellect. Dhrutya Atmanam Niyamya Cha. After restraining, controlling manas with determination. Atmanam, here Atma is manas. Okay. Atma iva Atma hi bandhu. Like their Atma. So Atma has different meanings and different contexts, right? So we have to remember that Atma means ourself, we are Atma. And Atma may also refer to the mind in certain slokas. Dhrutya, with determination, Atmanam niyamya, after restraining the manas, Siddhadin Vishayan Tektva, after giving up sense objects, after giving up the attachment to the sense objects, or after giving up the influence of the sense objects, Ragadvesha Yudasya cha. Ragadvesha, that's attraction and desire. Okay, that is attraction and desire is the raga. Dvesha is aversion, right? Yudasya, after abandoning, after giving up the attachment and aversion. Okay, so we have to continue actually. Next two slokas also give the characteristics of the person who attains the self-realization. Okay, we'll review all together after we look at all the slokas. 52, sloka 52. Please chant. विविक्तसेवी लघ्वासी
विविक्तसे
Viviktase
लघ्वासि
यत वाक्कायमानसः
यत
Yatavakaya
वाक्कायमानसः
ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यम्
ध्यानयोगपरो
Nityam
नित्यम्
वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः.
वैराग्यं
Vairagyam
समुपश्रितः
Let's chant together.
Viviktasevi lagvashi
विविक्तसेवी
यत
Yatavakaya manasaha
मनसः
Jnana yoga paro nityam
नित्यम्
Vairagyam
वैराग्यं
samupashritaha
समुपाश्रितः
आश्रितः. Okay, so Vivikta Sevi, Lord Krishna is saying, Vivikta Sevi, one who lives in secluded place. Secluded place is not that they will run away from from their duties. Okay, they will uh, they'll make sure that they will be able to do the meditation. So they will make sure that they will live in a place that is conducive for meditation. So they will not forget that, right? Okay. So one who lives in a secluded place, conducive for meditation. Okay. Lagvasi, one who eats food in moderation. Yata vakkaya manasaha. Yata vakkaya manasaha. Vakkaya manasaha. Yata. Can anyone translate that?
वाक्काय manasa means abandoning little talking,
Who talks
speech, body and mind little,
Cool.
eating little and
Yeah.
talk less.
Controls yata vak kaya manasaha, speech, body, and mind. Okay. So controls speech, body, and mind is basically not running after worldly temptations, right? One who is able to focus. So when we are able to control our speech, body, and mind, then we are able to focus on meditation. Okay, or we are able to focus speech, body, and mind on meditation. So we are not letting speech, body, and mind run after the sensory pleasures, right? And then, so controlling that and able to focus on meditation. Okay. Nityam dhyana yoga paraha. One who is always engaged in dhyana yoga, meditation. So meditating every day, consistently, constantly. Okay. Nityam. Vairagyam samupasritaha. Vairagyam, dispassion, detachment. Okay. So vairagyam samupasritaha, who lives in or abides in, or who is who has that characteristic of vairagyam, dispassion, disattachment, or detachment. So they are not having passion towards anything that is opposite or anything that takes them away from meditation. Okay. Right. Okay. So we'll continue next sloka also. 53. So 51, 52, 53, they all go together. These are all the characteristics of the one who attains self-realization, or one who is having the characteristics of attaining self-realization. Okay, sloka 53. Let's chant. Ahankaram balam darpam
Ahamkaram balam darpam
balam darpam
kamam krodham parigraham
kamam krodham
Krodham
parigraham
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 vimuchya nirmamasyanto
vimuchya
vimuchya
nirmamasyanto
nirmamasyanto
brahma bhuyaya kalpate.
brahma bhuyaya kalpate.
Let's chant together.
Ahamkaram balam
Karam balam
darpam
Ahankaram balam
Darpam
darpam
kamam krodham
kamam
parigraham
parigraham
vimuchya
vimuchya
nirmamasyanto
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 brahma bhuyaya
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 kalpate.
kalpate. Lord Krishna is saying, ahankaram, balam, darpam, kamam, krodham, parigraham, vimuchya. Okay. So, vimuchya, after giving up. Okay. So it's important to say that, we should not have this ahankaram, balam, all this. Okay. So what are the ahankaram is arrogance, thinking that body is the self. Okay. Arrogance or pride in the body. So giving up ahankara. Giving up ahankara means whatever ego or arrogance that we developed, thinking that I am body, we need to give up, right? So typically we have that, right? I mean, I am body, and if I have, I'm born in a great family, a lot of wealth. I am powerful, or I have a lot of skills. Um, so any of these, right? So with that we develop certain arrogance, pride, ego. I am thinking that I am body. Give up that, giving up that. And vimuchya balam, power. Balam is power. What is that balam or power that giving up? We need to give up.
I'm the doer,
Mhm. So we are under the that power of or power or influence
of something.
of the tendencies or vasanas created by our previous karmas. Okay, so that is the what is kind of driving us, pushing us, because we are carrying a lot of baggage, right? So we are on a downhill and we are carrying a lot of weight. What happens? We will go down, isn't it? Even though, I mean, we'll be under the force of that and we'll be going down. Okay, so it is like a force that acts on us. There's a power, some kind of a power that is acting on us to push us in the direction of the vasanas and the ruchis, the tendencies that we have, right? That we are carrying from the previous births. Giving up that. So that means overcoming the influence of this vasanas from our previous births. Very uh, very powerful. I mean, if we just say, oh, giving up power means, okay, I should not take any position of power. Or I should become someone without any power, without any physical or mental power. No, that's not the thing. So we are under the influence of the vasanas that we are carrying from our previous births. Overcome that influence, giving up um, uh, those, you know, giving up from that influence of that vasanas. Okay, darpam is literal meaning is conceit. Okay, so vimuchya darpam, giving up darpam. So what does that mean? Um, giving up the feeling that or giving up the notion of excessive favorable opinion of oneself. Darpam, that person has darpam means they have excessive favorable opinion of oneself. Okay, so I am great. My ideas are great. Okay, so ahankaram, balam, darpam. See, all of them are now closely related. Okay, so our body is carrying the vasanas, so giving up the influence of those vasanas. That is giving up balam, the power of the vasanas. Giving up darpam is giving up that feeling that I am great. My ideas are great. I, so basically with that, why do we have to give that up?
Because otherwise we have that proud, we are doing the work, or we feel that we are doing the work. That kind of that means we are not doing karma yoga there, right? Yeah, that's pretty much foundational.
Right.
I'm responsible for whatever result I'm getting. It's because of me, right? That kind of or it will develop an ego in you, right? Ego.
Yes.
You're not giving,
So
you're not giving the to God.
yeah. So we will not be able to accept the reality or truth. So if I'm thinking I am great, then we don't accept there is somebody who is greater than us, who is more, who is supreme, right? Who is the one who is controlling us, isn't it? It's like if I declare myself as the king or president of a particular country or a company, and then I say I am great, I can do whatever I want. So then I'm detaching myself from that supreme source, Paramatma. And that will take us away from, even we will detach ourselves from, the self-realization also. I mean, we'll not be focusing on ourselves. If we are focusing on ourselves, then we'll be giving up this, this opinion that, oh, I am great. I became great by myself. Everybody should obey me. I am the greatest, right? Then kamam. Kamam is desire. Krodham is anger. So giving up kamam, krodham. So kama and krodha are the worst enemies for us, right? So what is that giving up of kama and krodha? So giving up desires for sensory pleasures, giving up anger, realizing that they are our enemies.
Yeah.
Right? So there are few slokas that Lord Krishna mentioned earlier about kama and krodha in third chapter.
Yeah, it's in chapter 16. Yeah, 16 talks about the Daivi qualities, and also chapter 2, right?
Yeah, yes. So, I mean, one of the most important things that we need to learn is to recognize that kama and krodha are our enemies, right? And Lord Krishna mentioned that several times in Bhagavad Gita. So kama and krodha are born out of what quality?
That's very cool.
Rajas.
Rajas. Yeah. So sloka 37, chapter 3, desire and anger are born of rajas quality, right? And they are our greatest enemies. Okay. Then sloka 40, Lord Krishna said, senses, mind, and intellect are the means for desire. This covers the knowledge of the Atma. See the link earlier, Lord Krishna mentioned about desire and anger, and he mentioned that it covers the knowledge of Atma. Now, if I want to become successful in self-realization, what do I need to do? I have to give up the desire and anger, right? So, in Sloka 41, Lord Krishna mentioned desire destroys knowledge. Again, here we are focused on the knowledge part, right? So if we have the desire, that destroys knowledge. And in Sloka 42, chapter 3, Sloka 42, Lord Krishna said, desire is superior compared to intellect. Intellect is superior compared to mind, and mind is superior to senses. Right? And 43, Lord Krishna said, realizing that desire is stronger than intellect, destroy the enemy in the form of desire with purified intellect, mind, and senses. Yatava kaya manasaha, in this particular sloka, Lord Krishna mentioned, right? So, with a controlled body, mind, and intellect, we need to destroy this enemy or give up this enemy, which is desire. And anger is born out of desire. So anger, it's not specifically mentioned. If in order to destroy anger, we have to address the root cause, that is the desire.
Sure.
Right? So focus on desires. That is desires related to
Realistic.
sensory pleasures, right? Not desire related to that desire to reach our goal. So that desire, we are calling it as goal. We would not even treat it as a desire. So our goal is, to reach a state of the self where we do not have to take births again and again. So, or we will be liberated. We will not have any limitations. We will be continually be happy. We'll have infinite bliss. So in order to reach that state, we need to destroy the desires, give up the desires. Okay. Parigraham is excessive desire for possession of sense objects. Okay, so giving up that desire for possession of sense objects. So I want to experience the pleasure is one, and another one is I need to have what. Whenever something new comes into the market, I need to have it. Okay, and I need to have big houses, big cars. In some cases, some of the people, they'll have flights. They have yachts. They have these big mansions, palaces, anything that they can show off. That is, we need to give up that excessive desire for I need to have it. I need to have it. Typically, what somebody else may have, I need to have that. So all these we need to give up. Nirmamaha is one who is free from selfishness. Mama. Okay. So what is that? Mama.
My sons, my this thing, right? Pretty much everything is mine.
Yeah. Mama, literal meaning is mine. Mine.
Mine, yeah.
So nirmama.
Yeah.
Is not
equal,
mine.
all of them.
So we need to give up that mamakara. So it doesn't mean that we have to throw away, right? So it doesn't mean that we should not recognize what what is legally ours or what belongs to us. We need to give up the thinking that this belongs to me. Is there anything that is belonging to me in this world?
No, everything is Paramatma's, including us,
Yes.
self, Atma.
Everything belongs to Paramatma only. The house that we think belongs to us, the body that we think belongs to us, or the cars, or the family or society, or this everything that we think that is mine, that is not ours, does not belong to us. If we recognize this, then only we will be eligible for the self-realization. Okay. Because if we don't recognize it, then that means we are uh, thinking I am body, right? So we are not on the path to self-realization. And then Santaha. Santaha is one who enjoys peace, serenity, and bliss. So one who enjoys peace resulting from experiencing of Atma. Okay. So these are the characteristics or the qualities that one must possess. We all need to, we need to have that. We will be able to get to that state if we start practicing karma yoga. Directly, if we want to do this, we may not be able to, right? So, for example, controlling our desires. Somebody who is having full of desires, and anger that is result of those desires. If you tell them suddenly, control your desires, they will not be able to, right? So you have to practice karma yoga and do your duty as service to God, and do it without having expectations. Don't do the activities that are purely derived from your desires, and so when we start slowly, right, when we are doing this practice on a day-to-day basis, then we slowly come out of those clutches. Otherwise, we will, even though theoretically we may say, oh, I should get rid of the desires, I should, or give up the desires, I should give up the mamakara, I should give up the sense of possessions. We will not be able to do that really. That's why Lord Krishna said midhyachara, right? One who thinks that they have given up, they actually did not. They don't. They are like mm, midhyachara is uh, what's the English word for it?
Bureaucrat. Being
Yeah,
bureaucratic.
no, hypocritic.
Hypocritic, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, hypocrite. Thank you. So they say, "Oh, I gave up everything," right? So, but they are internally they have so much connection still. But outside they may say, they may be thinking that they have given up, but they've not truly given up. So only when we practice karma yoga, we keep practicing karma yoga, then we will be able to reach that state of really giving up all these things that Lord Krishna went through. And then what happens? Brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Last line in the sloka is that one is fit for the state of Brahma. Brahma here is realizing the true nature of the self. So one who has all these characteristics, one who is able to practice these principles, they are fit to reach the state of self-realization. They are able to reach the state of attaining that pure state of the self, okay, or true nature of the self. That is Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. So shall we quickly go through one more time? So one who is endowed with purified intellect, restrains manas with determination, gives up sense objects, which are sound, taste, smell, form, and touch, casts off attraction and aversion, lives in a secluded place conducive for meditation, eats food in moderation, controls speech, body, and mind always, engages in dhyana yoga, meditates every day constantly, abides in dispassion and detachment, gives up ahankara, gives up the or overcomes the influence of the forces of the tendencies that we are carrying from our previous births, that is, gives up balam, gives up conceit, thinking that I am the great, I am great, my ideas are great, gives up desire and anger, gives up covetousness, giving up excessive desire of our possessions, gives up mamakara, and enjoys the experience of this self, experience of Atma. That one is fit to realize the true nature of the self. That's what 51, 52, 53 slokas say. Any questions on this? Got it?
These three shlokas are really loaded with a lot of things.
Yes, yes. Lord Krishna is so, considerate. Like he knows us very, very, very clearly. He didn't say on day one you have to do these things, right?
Mm.
So he gave us a path. This is like prescription for us.
Mm.
You take these medicines, slowly. Then you take the other medicine slowly. Then you take another medicine slowly. Like that is, I'm giving medicines as an example, but like he's taking us step by step. We will see the same thing in entire Bhagavad Gita. He doesn't directly say, you know, if you do this, you will get it. If you don't do this, I'm going to punish you. He never says that I'm going to punish you if you are not able to practice. Did you see anywhere in Bhagavad Gita?
But other way, it always tells you will be missing this, right? If you don't do that, you will be
Yeah.
missing.
Yes. It is not that he will become angry and will punish us. That's the difference between some other philosophies and what we learn in Bhagavad Gita about Paramatma, the true Supreme Self who always loves us, who is our parents, divine parents, he's the creator, he's the parent for us, right? We are all his children. No parent is very harsh on the children. They are actually, very considerate. They want to make sure that the children grow up properly, love them so much and all that, right? So Paramatma is also like that, always helping us, but we don't recognize that. And or some people may try to twist it, saying that if you don't, um, pray, he's going to punish you. He will never punish, right? That's the reason why we may see some people, even though they are not practicing any of these principles, they may be, really enjoying materialistic pleasures. Then we may think, oh, why is God so biased? He's giving so many things to those people, but not giving to me, even though I am focused on Paramatma and having bhakti towards Paramatma. What would you say to that? somebody who is not, having bhakti towards Paramatma is getting everything in life. Someone who is extremely devoted and always thinking of Paramatma may be having some, going through problems in life.
But that is based on the Purva Punya, right?
Prarabdha karma.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, couple of things there. One, that person may be carrying the punya, that prarabdha karma, the karma that is assigned to that person to experience whatever punya they may be carrying from the previous births. So they are, they're enjoying materialistic speaking. But by not recognizing Paramatma in the current life, while they are enjoying the materialistic pleasures, they are acquiring more and more karmic bondage, and which they would have to repay it back in later lives. Perhaps we were like that in our previous births. Let's say if we are going through some troubles, we might be carrying the karmic bondage and we are experiencing whatever is assigned to us. But by recognizing Paramatma, by practicing the principles of Bhagavad Gita, we are getting rid of even the karmic bondage that would be assigned to us in future. That's the great thing about it. So if, let us say, I'm carrying karmic bondage, which I have to go through a lot of problems in my future births, by practicing karma yoga, by practicing the principles that are given in Bhagavad Gita, I am clearing that karmic bondage also, and not acquiring additional karmic bondage in this life, right? So all these principles that we are learning here, if we are able to practice them, we are actually better off compared to the one who may be enjoying materialistic pleasures in the current life. Because the one who is enjoying materialistic pleasures is acquiring a lot of karmic bondage. I mean, taking the case where they are not recognizing Paramatma, they have ahankara, mamakara, and all that, like opposite of all this giving up that we went through. So they're acquiring more karmic bondage, which will, because of the power that they have, because of the influence that they have, they are able to acquire more karmic bondage than what a normal person would acquire. That is another thing that we need to recognize. Like, if we have a big pipe, lot of water goes through that pipe, right? So, and it fills the tank very quickly. So one who is having lot of materialistic pleasures in this life, they have so much wealth, power, and they're not able to utilize it properly, they will be filling up the tank of karmic bondage very quickly. They would have to experience for several million births, just one life of karmic bondage. Because they are able to, say for example, take the case of say Hitler. He is able to like eliminate so many people, all that, right? So he was able to do that very quickly, but a regular person won't be able to do it. So even if that like a normal person on the street, even if he has bad tendencies, he would not be able to act on them. But a person who has the power and wealth, then they may be able to act on it and acquire more karmic bondage. One who is able to, cause a lot of environment issues, you know, uh, affecting a lot of animals and animals and birds with because they want more power and money still, right? So we need to be very careful that we shouldn't be thinking that, oh, that person is enjoying, I'm not enjoying. But in fact, we are better off compared to the one that who may be enjoying but not focused on Paramatma. Compared to us, we may be going through some troubles in life, but we are able to focus on Paramatma. So we are on a faster path towards our goal, they're actually going to have a lot of troubles. Just trying to compare so that we don't, we don't feel that somehow Paramatma is not taking care of us. Paramatma is biased towards them. No, Paramatma is the one who is actually taking care of us because we are able to get this knowledge and able to practice it.
Actually, we are fortunate to get that opportunity to learn and practice.
Yes, yes. And very important is we will not be able to do it by ourselves. We need Acharya's blessings. So just by reading, I'm able to read this Bhagavad Gita and I'm going to practice. It's not going to work. We need to have Acharya's blessings. With that, we'll be able to get the real meaning. We'll be able to, like if you go to a good college, then you would be able to get the knowledge in a proper way, quickly, the right way. But if you go to some college, or not even going to college, if I have to learn quantum physics by myself, I'll not be able to understand. Even if I understand, I don't know whether, that's right or not. I may have misunderstood the concept completely. So by being, by surrendering ourselves to an acharya, by uh, practicing and listening to the discourses of acharya, by taking blessings of acharya, we will be able to get this real meaning and able to practice it easily. So
And
it
right,
never in the
and
right way, right? So uh, without any doubts, with even if we have some questions, those will be cleared. Not that every day we'll talk to acharya, but that's a blessing that acharyas would have on us, that we, even though we may not be able to speak to them on a daily basis, but they still bless us. Paramatma still blesses us through acharya to put us in the right direction. Okay, we'll look at the next sloka. The very important to recognize here is that Brahma here is Atma, right? And next sloka. Please chant. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma
ब्रह्मभूतः प्रसन्नात्मा
न शोचति न काङ्क्षति
न शोचति न काङ्क्षति
समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु
समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु
मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्.
मद्भक्तिं लभते
Param
Let's chant together.
Atma
प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति न काङ्क्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु
Madbhaktim
मद्भक्तिं लभते
पराम्. Brahma Bhutaha, one who realized the true nature of the self, true nature of Atma. Last three slokas explained the characteristics of the one who is fit to experience the true nature of the self. That one who has realized the true nature of the self, Prasanna Atma here is mind. Prasanna, one whose mind is undisturbed, unperturbed. So we are carrying karmic bondage with us. Though that karmic bondage will give us pains and pleasures. Okay. Our mind should not be disturbed by especially the pains. Because that's that will lead us away from our goal, right? So one who realizes the true nature of the self, whose mind is not disturbed by the pains caused by the karmic bondage, na sochati, neither grieves, na kankshati, nor desires, nor craves for possessions, acquisitions, materialistic things, right? Materialistic pleasures. Samaha sarveshu bhuteshu, who is equal to all beings, mad bhaktim labhate param, obtains supreme devotion for me. So now you see that gradual transition. If we had said, oh, Brahma there is like Paramatma, little bit confusing it will become. So Karma Yoga, then realize the self, and one who has realized the true nature of the self. I am Atma. My goal is Paramatma. Okay. And when I realize the true nature of the self, now I am completely rid of desires and grievings, right? I will not be thinking, oh, I don't have this, and I start crying, right? Or I want more and more. Both are equally bad, right? Both are troubling because one is I don't have it and start crying, or I'm facing some troubles, I start crying. Okay. And the second is I I want more and more. So that one who has realized the true nature of the self doesn't want anything other than the self. And one who has realized the true nature of the self does not grieve because self is will and the characteristics of the self, right? So we are happy with ourself only. That we are not sad that something is not there with us. Okay. I'm happy by myself. Doesn't matter whether I have a small house or 5-bedroom house or 50-bedroom house. So samas sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. One who is equal to all beings obtains supreme devotion for me. Right? So one thing that we need to recognize here is Brahma Bhutaha Mad Bhaktim Labhate. One who is self-realized is devoted to me. Okay, obtains devotion for me. Right? So that also clarifies that self is distinct, always associated with Paramatma. Okay. Okay. We'll move to the next sloka. There's a lot of explanation here. I'll just skip that one. And if you have any questions, let me know. But gradual transition towards bhakti, right? So let us look at the next sloka. Listen. Bhaktya mamabhijanati
Bhaktya mamabhijanati
yavanyastasmi tattvataha
Yavanyachasmi
tattvataha
tattvataha
tato mam tattvato jnatva
tato
tato
mam tattvato
tatvato
jnatva
visate tadanantaram.
Vishate tadanantaram
Let's chant together. Bhaktya
Bhakta mamabhijanati
mamabhijanati
Yavanyastasmi tattvataha
yavanyastasmi
Tato mam
tatvato
tattvato
jnatva
jnatva Vishate
Vishate
tadanantaram
tadanantaram. Mam tattvataha bhaktya abhijanati. By this supreme devotion, one understands me truly. Okay, tattvataha, truly. Bhaktya with this bhakti, by this supreme devotion that Lord Krishna talked about in the previous sloka. So, abhijanati, mam abhijanati, they understand me, they recognize me. Yavan yaha cha asmi, who am I and how supreme I am. Tattvataha jnatva after knowing, tattvataha truly. So, with this true devotion, I'm giving the sentence again. By this supreme devotion towards me, one understands me truly. Who am I and how much supreme I am? Okay. Tattvataha jnatva, after knowing truly, tataha, from that bhakti, from that, tataha is from that. But the context here is bhakti. From that bhakti, tadanantaram visate. Visate enters me. Tat anantaram, thereafter enters me. So, by this supreme devotion, one understands me truly, who am I and how supreme I am. And after knowing truly, from that bhakti, they enter me. One enters me. So, who is Paramatma? If somebody asks, who is Paramatma?
is the creator.
He's a creator.
supreme entity. Yeah.
Supreme entity.
When we say controlling the Atma, somebody who
Control.
Atma,
We can
sorry?
pretty much say.
Someone who controls the Atma.
Someone who controls everything.
Yeah. Whole universe.
Essentially,
Controls
all the Vishnu Sahasranama, you can say pretty much, right? So,
yes.
so all those are attributes of Paramatma.
Yes.
Yeah, universe.
Good. And yeah, we If we learn the meanings of all the Vishnu Sahasranamas, then yes, we understand Paramatma completely.
Completely.
That's why Vishnu Sahasranama is also powerful, that we need to chant every day. So once we understand who he is and how great he is, then we will be able to focus on him, right? Okay. So just a quick things about Paramatma, you know. So if I'm thinking about Paramatma, we occupy ourselves with his thoughts. Okay. So what should I be thinking about him? Sloka 34 in chapter 9 related to that. So creator of this entire universe, supreme ruler of all. This entire universe is under his rule and guidance. He is the sole repository of all excellences. He has no faults. He is omniscient, having invincible will. He is radiant, like thousand suns rising at the same time. We need to think about, his innumerable auspicious qualities, kalyana gunas, innumerable, infinite kalyana gunas. 1000 is mentioned in Vishnu Sahasranamas. Ocean of infinite mercy, karunya, compassion, sausilya, beauty, saundarya, sweetness, madhurya, majesty, gambhirya, generosity, audarya, affection, vatsalya. So these are some of the qualities, auspicious qualities, a few of them. Karunya, Sausilya, Saundarya, Madhurya, Gambhirya, Audarya, and Vatsalya. He's a refuge of all beings without partiality. So he's the place for us to go to, you know, without he does not have any partiality to anyone. His refuge of all beings without partiality. He carries out worldly duties. No, no, no. So if we are thinking of him always, if we know him truly, then we would be carrying out our duties. Whatever we do for our sustenance as his actions or the actions for pleasing Paramatma. Okay, so it is not for the any action that we do is not for pleasing myself. It is to please Paramatma. Okay, considering those activities are given to us by him only and doing them as service to him. So the activity does not belong to us. It is given to us by Paramatma. We are doing that activity for his pleasure, Paramatma's pleasure, and we are doing it as service to him. And we are always engaged in singing his glory. You know, we worship and worship Paramatma with love. So these are some of the things that we would do. If we know him truly, right? So some of the Kalyana Gunas. So we have gone through this earlier, but I'll just quickly mention. Saulabhyam, Sausilyam, Sthiryam, Dhairyam, Shauryam, Sauhardham, Samyam, Chaturyam, Vatsalyam, Audaryam, Karunyam, Gambhiryam, Madhuryam, Arjavam, Mardhavam. So we have gone through this earlier. We're short of time. So these are some of the Kalyana Gunas. So we'll think about those. And what is the Swabhava? What is the distinctive, distinguishing attributes of Paramatma? There are 6 attributes that our scriptures give. Jnanam, Shakti, Balam, Aishwaryam, Viryam, and Tejas. Okay. So this we need to remember. Bhagavan is the meaning for Bhagavan is that it includes these 6 attributes of Paramatma. Jnanam is omniscience. Shakti is creative power, ability to carry out tasks that no one else can do. So problem is you think, oh, I'm Paramatma, but we'll never become equivalent. I mean, we will not be Paramatma because he's the only one who can carry out tasks that no one else can do. No, none of the even those who get moksha, who reach the state equivalent to Paramatma, even they are under his service at that time, and they will still not be equal to Paramatma. There's only one Paramatma. So he's the one who can carry out tasks that no one else can do. Balam is omnipotence, right? Carrying out this entire, like administering this entire universe with just his will. Aishwaryam, lordship over this entire universe, and rulership or lordship of this entire universe. That is Aishwaryam, not the wealth. Viryam is immutable, unshaking, untiring power or knowledge. Tejas is splendor, ability to prune bad, ability to punish, cut down bad, right? So that's why he said that whenever adharma increases exponentially, I come down, I take the avatara, right? So he is the one who can prune the bad in the society. So this is the swabhava of Paramatma. So we need to, one who has developed bhakti or one who is developing bhakti towards Paramatma, we need to be thinking about these auspicious characteristics, his swabhava, and who he is, how great he is, right? With love, we need to worship. That's the distinguishing thing. We should not be worshipping with we should not be in the sense, yes, we can go to him for whatever desires we may have. It's not that he is going to say, no, 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 I won't give you, or I'm going to punish you because you came to me with the desires. So we will be able to fulfill our desires if we are in the mode of, having some desires and then want to fulfill them. But one who has self as the goal, one who has the goal of reaching Paramatma, they won't be seeking the materialistic desires. So giving up those desires, not crying over things that we don't have, focus on Paramatma. And how do we focus? Is by truly knowing who he is and how supreme he is. Okay.
Thank you.
Then we are over time. Any questions? Not, I will conclude with the concluding prayer. Kayena vacha mansendriya buddhyatmana svabhavat karomi yajjat param parasmai Sriman
Narayana iti samarpayami sarvam
Sarvam
Shri
Sri Krishna
Arjunamastu.
Arpanamastu. Om Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Jai
Jai
Srimanarayana.
Srimanarayana. Thank you so much, Andy.
Jai Srimanarayana. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Jai Srimanarayana.